Cool beans. All right. So I'm going to call this meeting to order at 5:31 p.m. on Tuesday, October 25th, special meeting of the Board of Selectmen. There is one agenda item, which is the call to a town meeting. So we have two dates here. I will read, the one I have open is for the 14th. So I will make a motion to call a town meeting for the town of Willington, notice and warning, special town meeting. The electors of the town of Willington and all persons who are entitled to vote in town meeting on the matters motioned in the following warning are hereby warned and notified to meet in town meeting at the Old Town Hall, 11 Common Road, Willington, at 7 p.m. on Monday, November 14th, 2022, for the following purpose. Item 1, to see if the townspeople, on the recommendation of the Board of Finance, will appropriate up to $160,946 from the Capital Reserve Fund for a down payment of $140,050 and a first-year lease payment of up to $20,896 for a new Freightliner 114 SD single axle plow truck. Item 2, to see if the townspeople, on the recommendation of the Board of Finance, will authorize the appropriation of $100,000 from the reserve fund to project number 04-4041 for school building committee consultants as previously approved by the voters at the annual town meeting for 2022-2023. The funds will be utilized to hire consultants to assist the school building committee with the review of options, including but not limited to renovation, addition, or a new school, and other items to assist the school building committee in fulfilling their charge. Item 3, to see if the townspeople, on the recommendation of the Board of Finance, will appropriate $128,205 from the STEEP grant, contract number 2022-0109, for the construction of a new sewage disposal system and renovations at the Old Town Hall building. Dated at Willington, this 25th day of October, 2022. Willington Board of Selectmen, Erica G. Wyszynski, Liza Boritz, Jim Bulick. Is there a second?
I'll second for purposes of discussion.
Okey doke. So discussion.
Okay, so did the Board of Finance meet and discuss this?
Yes, from my understanding, they did do that.
Okay, so that was probably the October 20th meeting. Because I do see something on the agenda.
Yep.
Sewage disposal system, at least one of them on the Old Town Hall, is at least one of those items was on there. But I don't see any minutes to that effect. I don't see anything published. I did call Robin to make sure. I mean, it's very important that when they have these kind of decisions to, if they can't get the minutes out, at least get the motions, right? So then we have something, we have the authority to go call a town meeting, and I still didn't see that today, and I've checked 5 minutes before. I don't see that, so I don't think we have the authority to call a town meeting. That's my opinion, and so that's my concern.
Okay, so the meeting occurred, the appropriation happened. The Board of Selectmen, the Board of Finance approved these calls and passed them back to us, the Board of Selectmen, to call the town meeting. So that process did happen. The minutes are not online yet because the Board of Finance has 2 weeks from the point of their meeting to complete the minutes and submit them to Robin.
That's correct.
Right. So that has not happened. However, it was reconfirmed, and I believe there was work done today to go back into the meeting minutes and the recordings and go back and listen to the decision made by the Board of Finance. So we don't have the posted minutes yet because it's still within their 2 weeks of the meeting time to submit those meeting minutes to the town clerk's office. But it was confirmed that it was approved and the exact language was used for the creation of this call. So it's official at the point that it's voted upon, not at the point that the minutes are filed with the town clerk's office.
But they didn't file the results of their motions with the town clerk. I mean, that's all they really have to do. That's all I'm looking for, just so I know that we have authority to go do this. Because I know many times the business manager frequently says, "Here's the language we like to have you use," and all that, and then they go and they have a meeting and they discuss, and then something changes, right? And then they end up modifying it or something, just maybe a little bit or something, and I look for that language. Actually, I look to see that. So. And then I feel comfortable. I got the authority to do what I have to do. So that's where I am right now. I'm uncomfortable until I see something in writing from the clerk or something that's filed.
Okay, I understand that. I think though the timing is of the essence, and we had I spoke with Kelsey in the selectman's office today, and she did assure me that they went back and they reviewed the vote, and Donna reviewed the vote and put together the call based on how the vote was recorded in that meeting. So but I understand your point.
That's where I am. That's where I am, Liza.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yep.
So what is your position then?
Can I speak for 1 second?
Sure.
Who's that?
It's
Kelsey.
Yes. So I attended the Board of Finance meeting on Thursday night, and as Mike read his motions, I had my laptop and I was typing out the exact motions as he said it. I reviewed the recording on YouTube on Friday to double confirm it. I went back in yesterday to review it again, and then I also reviewed it this morning with Donna, and we went through the motion and confirmed that it read as the town call meeting read as what the motion was that Mike had read.
Okay, so you're confident that you transcribed it correctly and wrote it down into the pre-meeting notes correctly. That's where you sit.
Yes, right, the only change that was from the motion that Donna had given to the Board of Finance on Thursday was that they removed the year 2024 from the call for the truck, and they changed it to just new Freightliner instead of 2024.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Again, I'm still concerned because I'm thinking, well, what are the legal requirements? Is the legal requirements to have something filed with the town clerk in writing? Because we haven't done too many of these, like a quick meeting. Yeah, got it. Didn't get the minutes out, and then here I am. It's like, okay, now what? Yeah, I was always using the minutes as a guide. That yes, there was minutes available. ARPA, Board of Finance, whatever. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, and again, I understand that, and I agree. It's ideal to have the approved written minutes in front of you to read.
It doesn't even have to be. It just has to be it's just a list of motions, as FOIA says. If you have a public meeting, all you have to just get out the list of motions. That should be gotten out quickly. The minutes can follow. I guess for non-Board of Finance boards, I think it's 48 hours, 2 business days. It's longer for the Board of Finance. I know there's a special exemption. They have a different time limit. So I understand those time limits and all that, but when motions are taken and voted on, I believe there's a requirement to get those filed with the town clerk, just so we can do these type of things and don't get hung up in the regular business that the town needs to conduct.
Okay.
All right, that's where I'm at.
Okay.
I just want to make sure we're following proper procedure.
Yeah, and so from what I understand, the vote by the Board of Finance is official at the point that the vote takes place, not at the point that it's filed with the town clerk's office. That is the official business, is the vote happening at the Board of Finance. So, you know, the question is, if you're comfortable voting on this tonight, then we can move forward. If you're not comfortable voting on this tonight, then we would have to delay the process. So
I personally, I'm uncomfortable voting at this point. I just want to make sure it's I's are dotted and T's are crossed.
Okay.
It's important that we follow process. That's how we ensure things are getting done correctly, and there's no, you know, we have procedures in place. You follow the procedures, you know, good results happen. You don't follow procedures, something could get screwed up and open the town to a liability.
Okay. Well, and I will reiterate, we are following procedure. We are following the procedure. So again, it's a question of, you know, your comfortability with moving forward with the current call without having the minutes filed with the town clerks or
the motions.
Or the motions that are in addition to what occurred and what is on record from the recorded session. So, yeah. So again, like the legal process has been followed. So it's just a question of your comfortability moving forward without having that other information.
I like to have it for my comfort.
Okay. So if we called a vote at the moment, you wouldn't be able to.
I would, if we were to call a vote at the moment, I would not vote in favor of this.
Okay.
At this time.
All right. So Kelsey, with that, what is the next step?
So then you would withdraw your motion, we would adjourn the meeting, and then wait for the minutes to be posted.
Okay. I feel like that's probably the direction that's most likely to happen.
Okay.
Yeah. So I will withdraw my motion. And that concludes business for this meeting.
Okay, Liza, thank you very much for your understanding. I very much appreciate it.
Yep. Yeah, I mean,
somebody in your background is demanding lots of attention.
Oh, always. There's always somebody in my background demanding lots of attention. Okay, so motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Okay, second, non-debatable matter. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, and meeting is adjourned at 5:43 p.m.
Thank you. Have a good evening, everybody.
Thanks, you too.